Hello, everyone. Welcome to Learning Forward Saturday, my weekly podcast where I meet passionate educators from all over the world. Today, I have with me someone I will say extremely special because I know her for over decades. And it's always an advantage, yet, it is tough to talk to a person whom you know so much about and explain in a very short call. So, here's someone who has over 40 years of teaching experience from schools like Vikasa in the south to schools up in the mountains in the Himalayas to big cities, small cities, boarding schools, co-ed schools, a voracious reader, an author whose work has been published in professional journals. She believes in inclusive education and is a great practitioner for experiential learning who has a belief of liberal arts where I find in her compassion, trust, and above all empathy. They are a teaching couple. One who is specializing in fine arts, and the other who knows the art of life. So, on my show, I have the one who knows the art of life, an English teacher, one who has been mentor to many young girls, young boys, and today her proteges go all over the world. On my show today, I have someone who knows the fine art of teaching. It is none other than Brinda Ghosh. Brinda, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sandeep.
It's like this love affair between us as passionate educators has been long and enduring.
That's true.
And we have survived through various positions and travels across the world. And that's the hope and friendship which keeps us together.
True.
It's great to always talk to a friend and that to a teacher. Thank you. Share with us your passion as to why you have come into teaching, why a teaching couple in you survived, and what keeps you going as a teacher and as a passionate educator.
Uh, Sandeep, long ago, as you mentioned, four decades ago, it's 40 years and more since I've been teaching, and I'm a teacher by choice. I have never regretted coming into this profession. It's been like answering a calling. And I'm very passionate about education because I believe, maybe foolishly, that I'm able to affect a lot of lives. And in turn, a lot of people have affected my life. I have grown as I have allowed so many children to grow. I've been able to shape the thinking of children. I've been able to make them understand what they are learning or what they wish to learn. I have been able to reach out to children emotionally, reach out to my colleagues, because I have not only taught children, but I'm constantly interacting and sharing my experiences and my classroom practices with my colleagues, juniors, my counterparts in the schools that I've been working in. And I believe that I have learned in this journey as much as I have taught. And, the world would not be where it is today but for education. Education is one field which brings about changes in every aspect of life, and that is the joy of being a practitioner of education. And I firmly believe that I don't think I would have been happy doing anything else. I'm very happy being around children of any age because I'm happiest in the kindergarten section, and I think it gives me equal joy to be teaching class 12 or doing a teacher's training session. That's what I am by choice.
Thank you, Brinda. I will first and foremost frame an interesting question to you. You are a trainer for teachers and you are a teacher for children. I'm using a very different terminology. I'm calling you trainer when you work
Yes.
with teachers, and I'm calling you a teacher when you work with children. Or I should say students, because sometimes children means you only stay in
Right.
primary years. That's where children always takes you. So when you work with students and you work with teachers, what are the common factors you find which kind of enhance learning?
Um, the common factors are very few, to say the truth, because the kind of enthusiasm that I find in children for learning something and for doing something new is not the same that I would find in teachers. But yes, there is a thirst for knowing for different reasons. In children, it is for simply maybe for the joy of it, and in a lot of teachers it is because they want to better their skill. So for whatever reasons, there is a thirst and there is an eagerness in both the lots, but the levels of eagerness and and the kind of thirst that they have is different.
Yeah, you've talked about levels of eagerness, and you also said that a teacher is an
Yes.
influencer. So, is a teacher an influencer or a teacher is a peddler or pusher? Where would you see a teacher as when we are working with children or students in particular?
Teachers
See, today the world has changed. You can be an influencer, but you can't be a pusher. So,
no.
where do you see yourself?
I would say that a teacher is an influencer, and by virtue of being an influencer, a teacher can to some extent be, I wouldn't like to use the word pusher, but I would like to say that a teacher would be someone who can coax or make children see reason and thereby do things the way it should be done. So pushing would be getting things done by force, which sometimes we do, and we have to do it in certain cases. Yes, so there the teacher becomes a bit of a pusher.
Please stay with us. We will be back after a quick commercial break.
It's been wonderful working with Learning Forward, more so because I've had the golden opportunity of being the founder as well as the sponsor and the first chairperson of Learning Forward India. It was indeed an honor and privilege to stitch together the affiliate and bring in hundreds of people from all over the country as our members. In 3 years, we've come a long way. We have worked with a few dozen schools. What's most beautiful about Learning Forward is they are committed to raising the bar for the teaching and learning profession. And we as an affiliate strongly support that. And Learning Forward is but a natural step for everyone in life. Affiliate has to live by the spirit of Learning Forward. And not just be in design and policy, but in terms of purely connecting with the educators and helping them appreciate what they are doing. Affiliation is more about appreciating the spirit of learning. To understand the global implication of education, you must become an affiliate. Yeah, Brinda and you, I mentioned somewhere that here's a rare teacher who understands
Yes.
pastoral care. And if you look at the liberal arts curriculum, pastoral care plays a very much greater role than simple, maybe a school curriculum or
Yes.
content you give. Why do you think pastoral care has helped you through various situations? And if you can share some real life example where you thought, okay, teacher with pastoral care is a better teacher.
I believe that unless a teacher has a kind of a rapport with the children or with the students rather that she is interacting with or she is trying to make a difference in, she doesn't really achieve anything. You can reach out to children when you're able to build a rapport with them emotionally. And therefore, a teacher who knows what pastoral care is all about, who understands the mindset of the children that she's dealing with, of the students that she's dealing with, it becomes that much easier. There are days when children do not want to give you their full attention. Some children in the class may not be with you the way you want them to be with you. And you need to find time to reach out to these children to find out why is it that they were not paying attention, or what is it that is stopping them from achieving what they can otherwise achieve. So it takes a vigilant teacher to understand the mindset of the children in her class and it is, it's not about how much time are you going to spend on a lesson, that this particular portion needs to be done by 40 minutes any which way. If you go by that, then you are not reaching out to the children in the class. If you think that the children in the class are just recipients and not human beings who have different experiences as they come to school, there may be so many things that may have upset them that morning, and so they are not able to give you their entire attention. And it takes a teacher who is vigilant, a teacher who can reach out to students to find this out and then be able to deliver accordingly. So it's very, very essential that every teacher understands what pastoral care is all about. Pastoral care is not only about looking after children in a hostel to see that the child is happy and safe being in your class.
Yeah, thank you for sharing the role of a teacher to ensure security and to actually, if I get
Yeah.
tempted to say sometimes, create a
Yes.
cocoon around the child.
Yeah.
So that's how it's the story of a silkworm. The finer
Absolutely.
silk is only made by the cocoon. So I think that's where the fine
Yes.
teacher makes things possible. Teacher will weave strands of silk and actually
Very
bring
true.
out the best possible silk in the world. Thank you for spending time with us, and thank you for really showing how important it is
Yeah.
to know the child than just teach
Lovely.
the child. And that's where we feel that a balance between pedagogy and pastoral care is very, very essential for every
Absolutely.
teacher. Am I right in
Absolutely.
ending here?
It is very, very essential that a teacher understands those who are being taught.